It is our second match of the night. Dom Cooney takes on Zak Shepherd. And they come into the arena then, and here is Dom Cowboy Cooney riding into another year with ultimate pull. Pretty good opening break. Yeah, cue ball's going to stay up. Pretty good opening break for him to get going with. You can see what he thought of that initially straight away.
Came across it a little bit actually. Didn't drive through the pack as well as he can, but not a good leave. This is it. What are you going to do with this? Similar to the opening frame of the night, isn't it? Where there might be a little bit of back and forth here. Depends how aggressive Dom wants to be. He's lining up this plant. He can see the outside yellow.
Yeah, and it would develop the bottom left corner as well. I think this is a real acid test, isn't it? If you come to this table, this is your layout. Are you taking it on? And yeah, good to see. It looks like Dom is. Everything can open up after this shot.
He's taking it on as a 4-ball plant. That is a fabulous shot. How good is that?
Absolutely super stuff from Dom Cooney. That is shot of the night so far. Absolute cracker.
Yeah, and has he done a little bit of damage, or does that yellow go at the top of the table? Because he can come along the top cushion and play on it if it goes. If not, he's going to have to maybe play a delicate cannon on the red. You know, it does go. He's played on it, so he's all good here.
It's a little bit of a stretch. He's played that actually really well. Looks a little bit tight at the top of the table, but this all knits together quite nicely, and it's all based off that first initial cracking shot.
Get the next positional shot right, and then it should be absolutely routine, and he deserves it. That opening shot was fabulous.
He's okay here. Let's take a look at this shot. Lots of moving parts with this, but that is excellent. What I love as well is how he thought about the way to execute, because where he hit with that initial object ball was really important to then develop the other two yellows. There was one yellow of the three was going to go, that's fine, but what happens with the other two? What happens with the red? Actually, he was so clever to just leave the red exactly where it was and just move the other two yellows completely out of the way. Very, very clever shot.
Yeah, agreed. He could have played just as a 3-ball, and you know, say he would have not opened up the other yellow, so playing it the way he did, great vision. First glance, the shot he's just played doesn't look a good one.
I think the bottom of these three yellows slides past.
Even if it does, he'd have too much angle. Oh, so he's playing on this one. This one goes more comfortably than I thought to top right.
Yeah, it just shows how much the cameras can play fools of us all, because I thought that looked really tricky, but no, sailed in. That's okay. He's just reaching a little bit with his cue ball here.
Yeah,
tough shot coming up.
And the previous shot, because he was on the cushion and he was a little bit short on position, this time he's gone too far on position, because he wanted to be, you know, he's straight in on the yellow to bottom right. He's out. Now he's, what, 3/4 ball. He's going to have to work a cue ball. Okay, it's not the most challenging, but he's got to work more than he wanted.
Needs a bounce. That'll do.
Gets there. Now, do you drop this in, or is the natural missing the reds at the top of the table? Because if he drops it in, the cue ball's going to be quite high, and it will be an iffy 8-ball.
You got to be brave here, don't you?
It just flicks the red, but that's okay.
Team blessed and all that. Be a little bit frustrated here, Dom, but this is where that mentality is so important. Keep your head in the game. If you're offered this 8-ball at the start of any frame, you'd be pleased with it. And in it flies. His first shot deserved a simpler finish than what he gave himself there, Dom Cooney, and that's why he's giving himself a little bit of a wry smile. This is such a great opening shot, and where this comes out after the yellow that he plays after this is perfect. Just got a little loose on him, but he was good enough to get out.
But I think we were sort of touching on that in just before the game started. That's what you get with Dom. He's a great thinker. He sees the game really well. We know that because of the time we spend with him, you know, on commentary and in the studio. But the execution is he isn't always there on point, and that was perfect example, because, you know, great first shot, great second shot, you know, got good position on the third, comes up dramatically short on the fourth, and all of a sudden then he's just chasing the tail a little bit, you know, whereas if he gets the, you know, the fourth shot right, it's tap-in territory. In the end, though, it is a very good break clearance, and Zak's first shot as an ultimate pool professional comes at 1-0 down, and it's a disappointing one. He hit them well enough to make a ball, just doesn't. Oh, Dom. Yeah, there was room as well. We see that on the replay. There was plenty of room to get through to that red. Missing it thick means the cue ball stayed a little bit higher up the table as well. If he makes the pot, then the cue ball still hits the yellow, but it comes a little bit further down the table, and he has a shot down the table. But that miss comes at a good time here for Zak, because he's got a nice layout to get going. Just about okay on the first shot. Thought the yellow was going to block him to bottom right, but he's on it. Looks off angle here. The natural path of the cue ball's going towards the top right hand corner if he takes the red top left. It's not the line he wants. The one directly above the 8 ball looks a little bit awkward to land on later in the visit. Doesn't quite get where he wants to there, but he's still on a red. It's just really challenging from here. Might be a defensive shot on option here. Could glance off the red on the left-hand side and only leave sight of the yellow at the bottom of the table, but looks like he's in a aggressive mood here. This is a big shot. How good is that?
How well executed, yeah, fantastic from Zak Shepherd.
He had a really good look, so I can only assume this red does go right centre. He's having another very good look. This must be as tight as it gets. Try and give it every chance to go off the jaw. If it does, the cue ball will be perfect. Yeah, very good. There really wasn't much room for that at all. This has been fabulous. It really has.
Been a decent start tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah. That pot he played to top left was very impressive. Very, very good from Zak.
Too much more, in all truth. Your first proper frame win. This is a lovely, lovely piece of cueing.
Yeah, and what's impressive about it for me is he didn't have to take it on. There was, you know, fairly routine safety where he could have just hidden the cue ball away. Only left Dom a shot at the one at the bottom of the table where Dom wouldn't have been able to do too much. And he decided to take it on, knowing that if he makes it, he wins the frame, and that's what happened. I guess the percentages were probably worth to take it on. It's just 1-0 down, opening match of the season, first one as a pro. Very, very good. also punishes an error from Dom, which is always big. Punish the mistakes. Dom comes across his break again, this time the other way round. And this time he doesn't find a ball, so opportunity for Zak to build on back of what he's just done. First glance, it looks like red off yellow would give reds a really good chance. It depends on what you can play on. And that yellow is quite high up the table. I wonder if you're brave enough. I suppose you can't play it slow. It's too high up the table to play it slow. You can play it slow and then play on the red right centre. I think Zak's playing match play there and comes up a little bit short. I'm not sure if he was playing, maybe he's confident enough for red off the cushion off the yellow and in. Big shot. Or maybe he was trying to top through. If he could have got straighter in on the loss of turn, he could have played the loss of turn and got a snooker, which essentially, barring a miracle shot from Dom, would have won the frame. Well, that does every bit as good as well. That's an excellent shot.
Safe to say that will do the job.
Yeah, and that must have been what he was playing for. Now attention turns to the 8-ball. How much room? I think it has to go right centre, which means the one underneath the cue ball now wants to be his last shot. Should go up the table now. Try and leave the one bottom right to come bottom cushion onto the 8-ball.
Tight.
I think he's made his mind up. It's right centre. That's why he's got the red to bottom right as his last ball. There's more room. There's plenty of room to land on it that way around. You don't have to worry then. If he comes down the right-hand side of the yellow that's underneath the cue ball now, I feel like he leaves a little bit too much angle. And then the yellow's underneath his body will be by that bottom left-hand corner pocket come into play. If he could get the cue ball bang centre of the table, that is perfect. But the yellow is right in the way for that, so which way round does he play it? Yeah, nice. Yeah, very well played. Because if he comes too far there and leaves it straight, then he's got no shot. He's left it absolutely perfect.
Lovely. Love the way he's gone about this so far, Zak Shepherd. The technical changes that he spoke to you earlier about. Look like they're paying dividends, but as you mentioned earlier, Si, comes down, doesn't it? How well can that hold up under pressure? So far, it is amazing how far we've come. 30 seconds a shot feels relatively sedate.
It does, yeah.
But is it about to fall under a little bit more of a test?
Well, I've got to be honest, I've seen a lot of Zak play. So we've covered him a lot, especially with Wales as well. I know we're talking a very, very small sample size here of two chances. I'm very impressed here. There's a calmness to what Zak's doing out there that I'm not sure we've seen from him before. We've seen great shots, we've seen magic moments, we've seen great finishes, of course, but I don't know, he's always felt a little bit under pressure or maybe a little bit frantic. He looks like he belongs and he looks calm. It's very small sample size, but I'm very impressed so far. This time he makes a ball. This is where he has to go again. Find another one, because they're there. They are there. Could go either way here. Depends on how he wants to deal with the red and yellow that have come together just to the right of the 8 ball. My gut feel was yellows is the way. His only starter is yellow to left centre, and I suppose he is straight enough to get onto a yellow right centre. Looks like he's eyeing up the reds though. I suppose the red to the right of the yellow goes without moving anything, which makes reds actually not bad at all. Yeah. Now you see him take it on. I prefer reds to yellows. Don't like the first shot though. He's just left himself a slightly awkward angle at the top of the table. For me, he wanted to be almost straight in, just off straight in on the red that's touching the yellow to bottom right next. And then you play into the yellow and it holds you on the red to left centre.
15 seconds.
No damage done with that one. Just moves the yellow. I'm not sure if he was playing the cannon or not, but no damage done. Oh no, no. Did that just turn in as well? When he hit that I thought he's perfect, but it's just left him nowhere. He wasn't trying to get close to the red at the top of the table, he just wanted to be pretty straight in on it.
Well, we're going to have another look at it.
Watch the cue ball at the end here. Does it just flick a finger mark or something? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it was just always turning a little bit. If he just goes past that red without touching it and leaves himself that all but straight in on top left, he's out, because top left connects to bottom right. And from there, he's essentially got a pretty routine finish. So 15 seconds a shot, you feel maybe just got him. He's just a little bit rushed perhaps on the pattern, but fine margins. Not absolutely certain here. Yeah, he's got kind of, you just see him trying to pick it out. I don't know whether the left hand one of the two yellows goes to right centre, and if he has to play the gap, then that's quite tight. He must go top left here. He's played on it now. That'll do. Played that well, wasn't guaranteed to land perfect, and you take this every time. Dom has the next break as well, and there is time for not just a golden break, but a break and finish.
We know how quickly these games can turn. Zak Shepherd looked completely at peace in this match not all that long ago. Now it's back in the balance. 2-2, less than 2 minutes to play. Cooney is back in the game. There is the from Huntingdon in Cambridgeshire. So that's 2025, ranked 18th on the Ultimate Pool Pro Series. He will feel he's worthy of more, but also knows he's got to show that too. From Ultimate Pool Pro Series champion and world finalist. That shows you where the level is.
Yeah, it's that Pro Series title. That's the one that really stands out to me. That proves you can win on this tour. That proves you can win at the highest level. Biggest challenge for Dom is to try and get there in position more, give yourself more opportunities to win titles. You know, we've seen, quarterfinals and semi-finals. We've not seen enough of them for him, certainly from his perspective.
Yeah, a member of Team Bless, the
True.
tag team duo. As he and Luke Gilbert. It's Luke who broke through the glass ceiling last season, won an Ultimate Pool Pro Series. He won that in an event where Dom was also in the other semi-final. There was a chance that maybe became a team-blessed final, which would have been, I mean, insane. But didn't quite follow up on it, Dom, and he didn't quite follow up on his frame there with a successful break. It brings Zak Shepherd to the table. 1 minute and 30 seconds and ticking remaining. And he can sew this match up with a 3-2 win here.
That was a lot off that break for Dom. That was more about flushing it and squaring up that front ball than it was trying to hit with power. But Zak looks like he's played a poor first shot. Wanted to be a lot straighter on this red. In fact, you can even see it's a bonus. Oh, he couldn't. He had to play one red off the other red, and that means he's not good on the next one. This plant is very off angle. If he's on that red to top left, so what we're talking, quarter roll less on that previous shot, it's so much easier. It's a finish you then should make.
It's just going to get there. He's controlled that so well.
That's very good.
See what Tom Cooney thought about it in the background of that shot.
Yeah. And now this is where you've got to start to get comfortable with 15 seconds a shot. Just start to understand it, almost become a bit of a sixth sense, and not have to play shots rushed, because the match is absolutely in his grasp here. And it's the match clock that's the problem. He may have just let this run a little bit, and he's not landed positionally. There's only 20 seconds left. And the cue ball's going to run too far here. May have just overdone this.
Is it going to sit up in time for him? He can play this red. He's got to play it quick. Yeah, now he realises. Can he land position on the 8 ball? Just about. Can he beat the buzzer? Just about. Cue ball is safe, and Zak Shepherd has won it. What a dramatic ending. He checks the pulse. He's just about got over the line with an excellent finish in the end. And the Welshman secures a 3-2 win to kick off his Ultimate Pool Pro Series journey. Well, you can relax now. Welcome back, everybody. Ultimate Pool Champions League, and it just got interesting. Zak Shepherd with the buzzer beater to secure the victory, and a fine one it is too over Dom Cooney. His season is off to a flyer. Before we touch on the finish, though, tough one for Dom to take.
It is a tough one for Dom to take. Obviously, he probably got off to great start. The clearance he made in the opening frame was fantastic, and then it just seemed to get away. His break disappeared on him. But I think from Dom's perspective, you can't be too hard on yourself. That was more about the quality of what Zak did than it is about what Dom did. Obviously he had less chances and didn't get the win, but he that can happen, especially in this format.
Yeah, can't it just? There was a pretty special clearance in there from Zak Shepherd too. It was a buzzer beater, just about. Looked for a little bit of time that he'd lost this altogether, but how well does he recover the situation? Yeah,
he got the first shot wrong, and we talked about that live, but then he gets himself into this position, and you're thinking, has he missed the boat? Because you can see the plant is very off angle. He has to play a really, really good shot here. But once he makes it, and we see here the control on it, just getting it in, but keeps himself on the red at the top of the table as well. From this point onwards, he absolutely should win this frame. For a professional pool player, this is a fairly routine out from here. But I think he loses the match clock.
Let's just look at this right here. This is the important bit.
And I lost the match clock myself. I was talking about just controlling yourself at 15 seconds a shot, because he knows he's won the frame at this point, barring the clock, and I do, and Dom does. But he loses it completely. He completely loses the clock. He plays a slightly loose positional shot here because he wanted to be better on the next red.
I think it's here where he notices.
No, it's the next one when it hits the 10-second mark. He realises, because he goes for a wonder off the next shot.
Yeah, this is it now. Right, steady yourself. 2 more shots to go. Loads of time. Looks at the clock. Oh no!
And actually, he has to play a really good shot here.
Yeah, kills the cue ball enough, and you see it ticking down just in time. 1 second, and then it goes. And obviously, the cue ball stops well after the final gong is hit, and Dom Cooney's beaten. But that was a very, very good clearance in the end.
Yeah, and I have to say, I said it when the match was playing, I'm so impressed with the way Zak played, and I can't really quantify. Obviously, he's made some good finishes. He felt like he missed the boat when he was 2-1 up. You felt like he should have gone 3-1 up and didn't, and you thought, is that going to really come back to bite him? Obviously, he got the opportunity there for the buzzer beater, but if you look at his body of work for the whole match, barring that one error, you're kind of looking at it going, what a great match he's played. Really impressed, because he looked calm and composed, which we can't always say for Zak. Sometimes we've seen him out there and it's been a bit frantic, or he's lost composure out there. That was brilliant.
Yeah, super performance. What a pro debut.